as a human being, the journey of change and transformation is not as simple as salivating. Journey of change and transformation is not easy, I understand. But you got to have the confidence to take the first step to changing yourself, to be the kind of person that you want. And that is why I call it Bows of Change and Transformation. So when you find this video in Bosses Media, you become among the group of the people who are in charge of change upon themselves. You become autonomous. And the true meaning of autonomous is being at the central part of things happening around you. The way you interact with friends, the way you communicate, the way you delegate duties, the way you act, the way you feel. You are at the central part. You are the director of everything that happens in and around you. You're the one who knows how to trigger your feelings and emotion, and you're the one who turns off when you don't want them to be active. You're the one who ends a conversation when it is not pleasant. You're the one who knows how you think, how you feel and act. You are very in charge. So I'm happy because you're taking the journey positive, and at the end of the day, we are always waiting for the result, which the result is going to be very positive. So and I remember the reason as to why we are talking about change and transformation is because of where the world is right now. The most important thing about change of yourself, and the most important thing that you must look at when you are changing yourself, are in 3 dimensions. The first dimension is in the past. That's the first dimension. Past. You have to look at the past, where you come from, things you've done in the past. Yeah. I'm not saying, look at your culture too. I'm not saying that you have to dwell in the past, but I'm saying you got to understand the past. You got to embrace the past. You see, embrace the past. It is there. You see, it's there. So it will always dictate how we feel, act, how we do things. It will always dictate if you don't know the past. If you don't know the kind of education that we received, from who and why. You see, if you don't know our culture, the beliefs of my culture, the taboos, the practices of my culture. So it's very important to know. Just knowing. After knowing, make peace with the past. And then now ensure that you're living today. Now have the capacity and the energy to be inspired to live now, to do things that are needed to be done now. Now, look at the future now. What do you want to see? Who do you want to see yourself tomorrow? Because I had somebody say this. This was very interesting. Past is history. Present is a gift. Tomorrow is a mystery. Very interesting. So when you live in the present, that is the only gift you have. And the future is a mystery. So future is unknown. At least past you know. But future is unknown. But the only thing that you know, the only thing that you can handle is handling now. And the only struggle that you can struggle to achieve is to achieve living in the present. So have that gift to live now. Handle things which are now. It's not easy. Don't be a stereotype. Just blend in. Try to understand things, and then let us put this world in a better position for growth. Thank you. So on top of this, I was watching a video on YouTube, and this message hit me. It was a very interesting message. An old man was being interviewed, and there is an answer he gave. Somebody asked, "Do you believe in God?" And the man said, "No, I don't believe in God." So I think if you're a Christian and you listen to this is gonna be very interesting. If you understand this, that you are going to be in a better place as a Christian. The old man said, "No, I don't believe in God." Guess what was the answer from this old man? He was about 80 something years. I said, "No, I don't believe in God." What? Guess the answer the old man gave. I want to teach you, not really. I want to say 3 things to you. You better pay attention to this, because they are life-changing as a Christian. Because there's so many people who have been in the church for 55 years. Somebody say, "I've been in the church for 55 years. I've been in the church for 79 years. The whole of my life." Even child dedication, I was dedicated in church. Even when I was in mother's womb, pastor used to pray for me. When I was born in church. I've been there 59 years. Yeah, many people have been in church for a long time. And I don't know if they still believe in God or who are they becoming now. Now here's the thing. When a child is born, a child is not able to walk, but maybe able to sleep. Yeah, a child is lay down. Yeah, sleeps, lay down. Yeah, so slowly a child is able to sit. From sitting to crawling, from crawling to standing, from standing to walking, from walking to running, and yeah, the stages are very interesting. So that's the same steps that any person who is in life, yeah, in life. You continuously keep on growing. You go to school, after school, primary school, secondary school, there's university, and then from there, then you come and begin life now, understanding life, and then now marriage. There's stages in life. Marriage, then being a father, then being an elder, being a what, and then you go until now you die, and then we forget you. Very interesting. Now, so many Christians have been reading the Bible for a long time, and they know about Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ came. Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the light. They know it. They know it. Others believe Jesus exists. Others believe God exists. Yeah, we believe in that. Why? Because we have evidence in the Bible. Yeah, we claim, so we have evidence in the Bible. Jesus does what? Sorry. Oh, good. Yeah, we have evidence in the Bible. Yeah, we believe in God, we believe in Jesus Christ. Yeah. And they never grow from the belief system that they found in the church doctrine that they read in the Bible. They don't grow from there. And that's why when you go to church, there's a lot of criticism in church. People hate each other in church, and people lie in church. People kill one another in church. We have witchcrafts in church. We have fornicators in church, adulterers, they are in church. I watched a video recently where a church youth, is it praise and worship, marrying and playing the game of fornication amongst themselves. Yeah. So it's there, and it is very normal. Like it's normal. It's not something big nowadays. Do you know the reason as to why we have normalized going to church? is because of the belief. When I go to church, I'm going to be blessed. When I go to church, pastor's going to pray to me, and I'm going to release the sins and I release bad things I've done to people. I'm going to be cleansed. I'm going to be well. So many people believe in that. And that's why practically we go to church every Sunday, every Saturday. And now until you find now there's now a fight between Christians and among Christianity denominations. As this is a Catholic is talking bad about the SDA. SDA says, oh, these ones they have lost direction. Oh, the Pentecostal, the Presbyterian, the Lutherans, and the Jehovah Witness, and the Legion. What are those ones? Which are those ones again? Yeah, Lutheran and Legion and what? Yeah, there's Elijah. Yeah, of the other religions they call Elijah, which is very interesting. So now they're fighting. Oh, these ones they're not worshiping God. Oh, this one are not worshiping God. Oh, this one are the ones who have crucified Jesus Christ. These ones, hey, they talk a lot. Do you know the reason as to why we have time to argue around between which is the best denomination and which one is not the best? Or either Muslims or Christians, which one is worshiping the true God, or who is going to inherit the heavenly kingdom? Do you know why we argue this? Listen, I have 3 things I have to let you know. Number 1, because of the belief system. Believing. We only know that God exists. We only not know. We believe that God exists. We don't know. We believe that God exists. Because if you ask somebody, do you know that God exists? Where does he exist? Where does he live? Somebody say, where is heaven? And say, now when you ask such kind of a question, we're an antichrist. So we don't know. When it reaches to a point, do you know God? I know where you are heading, so we end the conversation. Yeah, that's it. Those are Christians. Now, because now they are not also sure where God is. They're also not sure where God is. Yeah, they don't know God. Now they normalize. They just criticize. They do this. They have their own philosophy in their own mind. Like, this is how God looks like. This is how God is not supposed to look like. You know that we have pictures in the house, paints, big one with a rosary, and then we say, yeah, now this is the best way to worship God. That is not the best way to worship God. Oh my God! Believe because of the beliefs. We only believe that God exists. Jesus used to be there. Is the way, is the light. Yeah. Believe. Most Christians up to now as I speak, they are still in the belief. Do you know what is the belief according to the book of James? Yeah? Believing means what? Faith means what? Believing in things that you cannot see. You're just believing. You see God? No. So I believe in God. Yeah. Are you sure that Jesus came for this and that? No, I believe what Jesus said. I just believe what Jesus said. Evidence is in the Bible. Yeah, and that's all. So we believe. Most Christians have left themselves in believing. That is where they're stagnant. That's where they are. So when a problem comes, they cry, God, I've been believing you all this long. And some challenges are not even challenges. God wants to take you from this step to the next step because you don't know Him. Now you cry. A small thing comes into your life, divorce. A small thing comes to your life. You say, this is the devil doesn't want us to be together. Go away. I want to stay alone. Yeah. Because why? Because only believe. Yeah. Now, few people, few. Is it few or a few? Which one is the best English? Yeah? A few. Few. A few. Few. Very small percentage of Christians who know. I know God. I know God. I know this Jesus Christ came for this. When you know God, you don't involve yourself in an argument about Him. When you know God, you don't involve yourself in argument that whether God exists or not. You don't. Yeah, because you can, if somebody asks you, do you know God exists? Yes. Where does God exist? Very simple answer. In the creation, God created human being in his own image, and we are the image of God. That is all I know. We are the image of God. God lives in me. I'm the resemblance of God. When I see my fellow human being, I'm so happy because you resemble God. You resemble God. A likelihood, if we discover so much that God lives in us, it is only this assignment left for us to discover. Yeah. Discover that God lives in you. Yeah. So, do you know God? You don't know God. What does God want from us? He doesn't want so many things, as pastors explain. No. God wants you to be you, like be you. When creation was done, God did not tell you go to church. He said, subdue the earth. Those are the first commandments God himself gave to human being. Now, subdue the earth. You multiply. The assignment. Be fruitful. Yeah. And being fruitful, so many Christians mistaken say being fruitful is only giving birth. Yeah. Have children, many children. My friends from Western, no. Wrong translation. Be fruitful. The assignment right from creation. Yeah. Now we have many assignments on earth. Now the assignments that we have assigned ourselves leading us to astray, and then later we complain. The reason as to why we don't live according to what God wants us to be is because we don't know Him. Somebody understand this? The reason as to why we don't become what God wants us to be is because we don't know Him. Somebody understand this? From believing to knowing to becoming. 3 aspects. One is believing, knowing, become. Now, wewe umebakia kwa believing. You are still in the stage of believing. Some few, very small percentage, around 0.05, they know. And now, because they know, they can easily become what God wants them to be. You can take these processes after believing in God. Seek Him. Read after reading, seek. Seeking is not in the Bible. They say if you are genuine to yourself, you can experience God in you. If you are genuine, trust, like you are open. We are not lying to people. We are not dictated by what people say. You are just genuine with yourself. You have a controlled change within yourself. You can feel the presence of God. You can know. God knows how to communicate to His people. God communicates to His people. Yeah. So once you start communicating to God, then you will know who He is. Then when you know who He is, you live by what He says. So many people cannot live according to what and how God wants us to be because they don't know Him. They only believe in Him. That's why Christians can mess around and go to church, confess. Yeah, I know. God is not even here. God is somewhere hidden. So right now He's not aware whether I'm doing these things. So let me just do small, and then go to church. Cry. He's going to hear my prayers and I'm going to be forgiven. The notion is within ourselves. Because we don't know, I believe in God. I believe. But deep inside you, you are a liar. Deep inside you, you have bad intentions towards people. Inside you. Yeah. And when you're waiting for good things to happen to you, oh my God, they're not going to happen. They're not going to happen. So it's from believing to knowing to becoming. So you cannot become if you don't know him. Yeah. And so many people fear knowing God, because now after knowing God, God is not expensive as they say. You see, you must fast, you must do what you must do, this, and you must give, let me tell you something. If you are a student, if you are a disciple, if you are true to yourself, just pay attention. Pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to yourself. When some people are speaking, giving instructions, God has told me to tell you this, God has told me to tell you this, does it mean God does not talk to other people? He only talks to pastor. Yeah? Bwana asifiwe. I'm not telling you to do what I am, or to be what I am. But when you are true to yourself, you can do what you want. When you have transformed, when you have become a boss of yourself, when you have a skill that now you listen from people, but you don't get dictated by what people think, what people view about you. When you are autonomous, when you are assertive, you see, there's some naturality, there's something that is going to come to you. You don't speak in tongues, so you don't talk to God. Stop these things. Those who are gifted in speaking tongues, respect them. Those who are gifted in preaching, respect the preachers. Those who are gifted in singing, respect the sing. I don't care what kind of songs you sing, but respect them. You see? Because now you know what God wants you to do. He doesn't want you to condemn other people. Because if Jesus himself did not come on earth to condemn people, who are you to condemn? Who are you? Who are you? No? If you want people to change, become the change. They will see. They will reflect their life through your action. They will realize that this is the way, naturally. But if you are forcing us to believe what you are telling us, then you see you will work hard, because we won't. We are all different species. You can only inspire us to become ourselves, to love ourselves, for us to love other people. You can't force us to love other people. That's the irony. That's the paradox. We can't. We will say, yeah, love is important, but when we get out of church, we are the same people. Yeah, still, we are the same people, because you can't force us to become what you want. That's the problem with the world. Why? Because we are still believing. We have not known God, and now we cannot practice what we don't know. We cannot become what we don't know. Somebody asked, let us do according to the will of God. What is the will of God? Tell me, what is the will of God? The will of God is going to church? He did not say anywhere in the Bible that go to church. No. Church came recently with the Apostle Paul, with the Barnabas, with Silas. Yeah? So all along, there is a way things used to be done. And when Jesus came, Jesus was not in any church. Understand? I'm not discouraging people going to church, but I'm telling you this. Teachings are the one putting Africans down. Teachings, the translations that are done in the church are wrong. You see? Now, if we change the translations that we teach in church, then it is very easy to encourage people to grow. Tell people you should have. You see? There's a verse I read in the Bible. I think it is, which Bible is that? I think is, which verse is that? Matthew. In Matthew. I think, yeah, there's a verse I read. The Bible says this, I want to highlight something, and maybe you can comment in the section below, because I'm not really smart in cramming the verses. The Bible said, You know what? It is talking about rich people, and it says is not easy for a rich man to get in the kingdom of heaven. Give, yeah. But then the Bible says, when you read down, it says, keep enough for yourself. Keep enough for yourself and for your children and for your family. Keep enough for yourself. Now listen to this statement. How can you keep enough for yourself when you don't even have enough? Somebody give, you're going to receive. Give, you're going to, you don't have what to give. How will you have what to keep? Now you see, the teachings are wrong. Now people are becoming poor because they are taught you have to give for you to be blessed. So there's a transaction. The blessings comes with giving. You see? And Jesus and God talked to Jeremiah, and he said, I knew you when you were in mother's womb. And he says, no, make a covenant with God when you are a youth. You see? Which covenant? They say, give. So you see, there's a lot of things. Let me ask you this. Now breaking the altars. Which powers do you use to break the altars? First of all, you need to let somebody know the altars they are breaking. You see, you need to go down and ask them, where do you come from? What do they believe? What are their practices? You see, churches doesn't go deep to such extent. Don't go, if you want that, go to the guidance and the counseling. But you are the one who is doing deliverance. So how do you deliver a person if you don't know where they come from? Definitely today, when you deliver this person, you pray for this person, and the person goes home, those things will definitely come back to him because they are having the same practices every single day. You see, believing, knowing, and becoming. This is an altar. You have to break from all this. You have believing. I believe in God. So initially you are believing in what? You see? Let's say when you are telling a friend, I believe you're going to come. Do you trust this person? They say, I believe you're not lying. It's just you know, this world is very interesting to me because we find ourselves in a heap of things, believing, knowing, and becoming. You have to interrogate somebody to take them from the bondage. Otherwise, look at a chicken, yeah? Chicken which has been for a long time tied in a peg, yeah, in a tree for a long time. Every morning they take it out of the house, and then they tie that chicken in a tree or in somewhere every single day. That chicken get used to, this is my place, this is where they bring food for me, this is. Now when you untie it one day, untie it, yeah, and go, that chicken will always be there. Does somebody understand what I mean? It will always be there. What does that mean? When you pray for somebody and you don't tell them what it is, they will always be there. When you don't tell somebody, this character you are having, this is a character of your ancestors, and if you continue doing this one, we will always receive the same response. You will always be the same. So you have to leave this and this for you to become a new person. But you don't take these people through all those processes. Who do they become? They still go back to where they used to be. So do you know the reason as why we are doing all these things? Because of our selfish interest. And do you know why we have our selfish interest? Because we don't know God. Do you know why? Because we are still believing. Believing, which means we don't trust if he's there or not. We are still doubting. Is he there? Let me just believe. I don't know if God is going to do, but let me just believe. You see, that's why. So a pastor can mess up with things around, and it's normal, you know that. So I'm encouraging people, I'm encouraging you, the one watching from this video, the one who is subscribed. Listen, you got to know who your God is, and you got to become what God wants you to become, not what me want you to become, but what God wants you to become. Follow the teachings of Jesus Christ. Follow those teachings. They when Jesus say I'm the way, I'm the light, I think yes, and I know yes, he is, because Jesus is not a complicated person. Is very easy and humble, down to earth. Yeah. So from believing, start knowing, and the knowing is seek knowledge. You see, when you seek, you will find. When you find, become. Thank you so much. I love you, and see you in the next video.